Hello GovLab partners. I'm extremely excited at the opportunity to share with you my thoughts on how can I contribute to your cause to shape transformative policies. Since I met Stefan at the UNESCO Future Forum on the Knowledge Society last year, and subsequently I participated in the amazing GovLab experiment, I knew that we are animated by the same passion: to push the limits of the impossible, to unleash the innovative potential in our organizations, and to enable a new emerging social order through more organic ways of governance. In particular, I am interested to contribute my experience and expertise to the project on reimagining governance for a major metropolitan police department. My experience ranges from academia, industry, and non-profit organizations. And my strength is to bring together stakeholders from very diverse backgrounds and with very diverse expertise and experience into synergetic clusters that can really attack very hard problems. For the impact of my research results, I was awarded an Industrial Research Chair and the Canada Research Chair in E-Society in collaboration with the University of California at Berkeley and under the sponsorship of the Canada Foundation for Innovation and the Natural Science and Engineering Research Council of Canada to pursue an aggressive agenda exploring the societal transformation in the digital age, and I applied the findings to solve acute real-life situations. And in particular, I want to talk about one of the projects about which I am most proud, which I initiated and led in conjunction with the Vancouver Olympics. So the goals of the project were to explore ways that can increase performance of emergency response organizations, point to ineffective policies hindering intra- and inter-organizational collaboration, suggest ways towards melting the hierarchical structures to enable individual innovative contributions of emerging leaders, and investigate the impact of professional, social, and cultural aspects as well as of new technologies on the effectiveness of joint emergency response operations. And in conjunction with enabling the self-organizing security network, we have prepared an application for mobile devices to equip the police involved in the operations. And the purpose was to better coordinate how the police officers can work together to grow barriers to unexpected attacks. So actually, we all know, and I have learned in this project, that no plan survives the contact with a disaster in the making. So it was practically impossible to imagine what could go wrong. And therefore, I have developed an information infrastructure of intelligent multi-agent systems that could assist the police officers to self-organize and work together with the other agencies, with ambulance, with the Defense Department, with Environment Canada, and all the other organizations involved in order to alleviate the effects of a potential threat. And of course, also to detect it as soon as possible by making use of the public. So it was a collaboration between the government organizations involved in the emergency response operations and the public, which was in the stadium or outside. What was very interesting to discover was the incompatibility between the social network operating system and how it operates, and the way in which the emergency response organizations operate. And this is mainly based on the incident management system, which is a very strong, rigid, hierarchical way of doing things. The social network operating system is really prone to solve a complex problem through easy self-organization and picking the right person, the right skill at the right time for the right task, practically in real time. And it is self-led and self-deployed. Let me just give you a little scenario of how this plays. So the hierarchical organization meets the network. And the network tells them, well, look, this is happening here, let's do this. And then the hierarchy says, on whose authorization? And the network is like, I don't have this language, what authorization? The emergency response organizations, like any hierarchically based organizations, speak a completely different language than the network, which is agile, fluid, flexible, and can respond in real time to the unexpected. Details you will find in the reports, which I'm sending to you, as well as in one publication, which explains in detail the context of this exercise. So what we tackled actually was how to deal with an emerging threat, like this spilling from a ship which entered the harbor, which did not announce itself. It's an unknown vessel, and the spilling comes off the vessel, and in the first moment, nobody knows. Several organizations are being called. All of them are named in the report. And they all start to deploy an emergency response task on the fly. First of all, to find out if this is a threat or not. Environment Canada has taken quick measures, but they were conflicting with the provincial particular emergency response organization. So policies were conflicting, and I will give you a very simple example of such conflicting policies. We ran experiments, and we noticed that the fire tag, which is actually a boat which can extinguish a big fire, and the fire already started on the vessel, the respective vessel, and could have spread in very short time to the whole city and lead to a big explosion. The fire tag was owned by the Coast Guard. And the firefighters already started to go and extinguish the fire. And they requested this fire tag. However, the Coast Guard already has circled and included the ship in the exclusion zone, and nobody was allowed to enter that zone until the Coast Guard would patrol and check out what is the situation. But in this time, when the firefighters couldn't intervene, the explosion escalated, and the potential for the explosion to really have dramatic impact was huge. If the fire tag would have been owned by the firefighters, this wouldn't have been the case. So the system which we develop can also act, the same system can act as a simulation modeling tool that enables the identification of critical blind spots in policy making, which can have a crucial impact on the outcome of an operation, from an escalating disaster to a successful resolution. It provides an overview of the whole picture that enables both the officers as well as the other agencies and the public at large to mobilize communities in very short time with everyone at the right time at the right place. The system has been praised by the NASA Ames Research Center Disaster Assistance Rescue Team, led by Bob Dolce, who participated in the 9/11 as well as in the Katrina operations. The mobile infrastructure developed mines the adaptive capacities of people, freeing action from the coercive, counterproductive rules to enable the right cluster to emerge at the right time to meet the unexpected.